The sky appears empty, yet the ground below begins to shift. The prey changes direction again and again, reacting to pressure not yet seen. There is no warning sound, only a shadow passing faster than thought. By the moment distance disappears in a single downward strike, every option is gone. An eagle does not hunt with noise. It ends the encounter from above. From a quiet height, the eagle surveys the white snowfield like an open map. The snow fox moves quickly, unaware that it has already been locked into long-range focus. The dive is not only about speed, but about precise calculation in every instant. The cliff gives the goat a sense of safety. From above, the eagle does not see height, it sees imbalance. The approach remains measured, guiding the prey toward a less stable direction. A calm surface cannot hide even the smallest movement. The eagle glides past, adjusting its angle in a split second before descending. The contact is so swift that the water barely ripples before settling again. Hunting success comes not from force, but from perfect alignment of vision and timing. When a threat nears the nest, hesitation disappears. The mother eagle drops low, not to overpower, but to signal a boundary. That decisive presence alone is enough to make the intruder reassess the risk. The rabbit sprints at full speed, trusting distance to provide safety. From the air, the eagle has already calculated the path. Those circling passes are not hesitation, but adjustments to avoid error. The hunt reveals a simple truth. Speed matters only when paired with the right direction. Dense brush offers a sense of cover, but not complete concealment. The eagle approaches swiftly, then pauses briefly, maintaining heightened awareness. It recognizes that risk comes not only from the target, but from sudden reactions nearby. The encounter begins with a decisive close approach. The eagle holds position without rushing, gradually controlling the standoff. Steadiness allows it to maintain the advantage until the other side can no longer respond. The outcome comes not from the initial burst, but from sustained control to the very end. As food becomes scarce, the atmosphere in the nest quickly changes. Young birds, still developing, are forced to compete to survive. Survival instinct rises earlier than physical maturity. Limited resources can overturn even the most fragile balance. The eagle's nest stands out on a dead tree, once a place of complete safety. But the weight of a grizzly bear makes distance meaningless. The adult eagles are forced to pull back, not from weakness, but from clear awareness of risk. Withdrawal can sometimes be the only choice that preserves life. The treetop turns the encounter into a tight space filled with pressure. The leopard holds position, narrowing the distance with careful steps. The eagle reacts continuously, allowing no room for error. Where there is no escape route, controlling the tempo becomes essential. Faced with its target, the eagle does not rush. It observes, reading every unfavorable sign from the other side. Only when escape is no longer an option does action begin. Open terrain creates the conditions for a precise approach. The eagle descends at a carefully calculated speed. A single moment is enough to determine the outcome. Rugged terrain turns the hunt into a challenge for both sides. The eagle uses elevation to apply pressure, guiding the prey into a disadvantage. No prolonged pursuit is needed. The landscape itself decides the result. The air becomes a shared space between two masters of the sky. As the red-tailed hawk moves in, the eagle responds with a perfectly timed roll. There is no collision, only silent assessment. The best way to control a situation is to avoid conflict from the very first moment. A human lawn is not familiar ground for a hunter. The eagle approaches boldly, but imprecise timing creates an opening. A single misaligned moment is enough for the rooster to break free. A sudden dive targets a group of chicks while they are feeding. The appearance of the mother hen immediately shifts the situation. Without hesitation, she steps forward, using every instinct to shield her young. Faced with that resolve, the hunter is forced to withdraw. A sparse fence seems sufficient to conceal a risky approach. The hawk crosses the boundary too quickly, but the response from the ground is faster. The rooster charges forward, decisive and precise, leaving no chance to recover. A brief lesson in misjudging an opponent. Tree shadows conceal the leopard's quiet steps. The close approach unfolds before the eagle can register the danger. Space closes in, and every escape option disappears in an instant. On the ground, dominance from the sky no longer applies. On the water's surface, the geese move in a tightly alert formation. The eagle accelerates from a distance, narrowing the gap through repeated course adjustments. The approach relies not on direct pressure, but on separating one from the group. In hunting, breaking cohesion often matters more than raw speed. Near the waterline, even the smallest movement is visible from above. The eagle chooses the exact moment, moves in cleanly, then departs in an instant. Adaptive timing is the key to maintaining the advantage. The encounter unfolds with extreme caution. The cobra holds a defensive posture, while the eagle avoids rushing in. Distance is carefully managed to limit unnecessary risk. At times, success comes from denying the other side any opening at all. While the goslings are focused on feeding, the parent's vigilance rises sharply. A sudden close approach is stopped by a coordinated response. The protective space is held through several decisive moments. Collective alertness alters the outcome. The attempted approach is interrupted by a unified reaction from nearby animals. The goat surges forward, creating enough pressure to disrupt the advance. Cooperation turns a vulnerable target into a barrier that is difficult to cross. With vision up to 8 times sharper than that of humans, the hawk rarely loses sight of its target. It locks on from a distance, calculating the approach angle with precision. The squirrel's quick reactions only extend the moment briefly. From above, the advantage belongs to the one who sees more clearly. On the water's surface, the goose repeatedly dives to extend a safe distance. Each resurfacing becomes a test of endurance and resolve. The eagle does not rush, maintaining quiet pressure from above. When an opening appears, persistence determines the outcome. A familiar space is suddenly disrupted by an unexpected low sweep. The goose reacts amid confusion, calls breaking the quiet. Timely human intervention stops the situation from escalating. On the open plain, the fox is focused on a newly gained prize. A dark shadow skims the ground too fast to signal a warning. The approach from above closes off any delayed reaction. A moment of inattention always carries the greatest risk. As danger draws near, the hen immediately positions herself in front of her chicks. Evasive movements unfold under tension, with no room for hesitation. Amid the chaos, her focus never leaves the vulnerable young. Protective instinct drives every motion with firm resolve. The crow approaches with familiar confidence, but the balance shifts quickly. Once the threat is clear, the hen charges forward without pause. Unexpected determination disrupts the advance. In survival, protecting family is often the strongest reflex. Across the open grassland, a young animal stands out clearly from above. The eagle identifies the target and moves in without prolonged adjustment. A difference in physical condition leaves reactions trailing behind events. When distance is fully closed, the chance to reverse course is nearly gone. Thank you for staying with us through the final moments of this hunt. In your view, what makes each downward strike by an eagle leave so little room for recovery? Share your thoughts in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe to continue exploring the highest level hunting moments of the wild.